Starting next week, the Joy Behar Show moves to 10 p.m. Now back to Joy's guest host, Lisa Rinna.
My husband, Harry Hamlin. There he is, right there. He starred in the groundbreaking 1982 movie Making Love, about a married man living a double life as a closeted homosexual. That was just a movie, but lots of women find out that their partners are gay, and it apparently happens a lot more than you might think. Here to discuss this, Kiri Blakeley, author of Can't Think Straight, a memoir of mixed up love, about learning that her fiancé of 10 years was gay and had been cheating on her with men. And Jonathan Alpert, psychotherapist and advice columnist for the Metro. All right, thank you guys so much. Kiri, one night your fiancé came to you after 10 years and said, we need to talk.
Yeah, he essentially called me into the living room. It was a regular night, like any other night, and he said, we need to talk. And he said he was having confusion about his sexuality, and then he was fantasizing about men. And I thought, well, you know, that's normal, that happens, you know. And then he started to cry, and you know, as we talked, it became clear that he didn't, he wanted to explore these fantasies on his own, and that our relationship would have to end. So I was definitely upset, but then I got more upset because in the morning he left for work, and I decided, well, I kind of need to know what's going on here, how far this has gone. And I went into his computer. I'd had his password for a long time and never used it. We've been together 10 years.
Wow.
We were just about to get married.
So you're engaged?
Yes, yes. And he was the one, always the one who wanted to get married, and he was the one sort of pressing for it. And I went into his computer and I found gay porn, pictures that he'd been taking naked of himself and sending to men.
Oh, my.
And he'd been scouring Craigslist ads, men for men, sex section. So at that point I called him at work and I said, you've been, you know, cheating on me with men. And that's when he admitted that he'd been doing it for years.
So, I mean, it's so shocking that for 10 years you had no idea whatsoever, no clues.
I wouldn't have been with him if I did.
No. Jonathan, is this something that is so prevalent? Please explain.
Yeah, Lisa, it's extremely common. It's very prevalent. It's easy to do.
How is it easy? That's my question. How is that easy to live a double life like that?
Yeah, you know, technology has helped with Facebook and Craigslist, and now we have Grindr. It just makes it so easy to have this secret double life, like Kiri experienced.
So again, I mean, how could you not have known? You know, I think of my own husband, and of course and he played a gay man in a movie, but
and you're hoping that's all he's doing.
And you hoping that, but I would be so floored.
Yes.
And how do you recover from that?
Well, I would define recover.
Okay, please.
I'm not sure I've recovered yet.
All right.
But
explain the process of finding out that sort of. I would imagine it's a devastation.
Well,
it's a betrayal.
I was. Okay, well, what I did isn't what I would recommend what anyone did, but
what did you do?
I sort of went crazy.
And what does that mean?
I went out drinking a lot, and I sort of, you know, began dating right away. Dating would be the operative word for what I was doing.
Got it.
I went a little nuts. I went a little wild. I didn't know how to be alone anymore.
Well, you've been with him for 10 years.
I've been with him for 10 years. We were a very close couple. We were always together. And I always felt like I knew everything about him. So this was like a real psychotic break from reality for me.
Yes.
So I just went kind of wild, and that's all in my book. So in terms of recovery, yeah, I'm not crying every day anymore. You know, I can go the whole day and be fine, and I can go the whole week and be fine. But, you know, it's always in the back of your mind, who else is lying to you?
Well, I was going to say, how's your trust level with people now?
It's better than it was. I used to think everyone was lying about everything. It's much better than it was. But yeah, you still have flashes in your mind. You know, I'm dating right now and dating a man right now and have been for a while, and I'll just, all of a sudden I'll think, what's he doing at his computer right now? And not even necessarily that he's gay, I'm not worried about that, but just, what secret are you holding?
Now, my question, too, is what would it be like if it was a woman instead of a man? What if he was cheating with a woman?
Yeah, a lot of people ask that, and it doesn't make it any better.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Cheating is cheating.
Cheating is cheating. And it was almost worse because it was like, not only were you cheating, and he was in love with a man on top of it, but there was this whole secret that I didn't know. So in a way it was better because I didn't get competitive. I was like, well, what, is she prettier than me? Is she younger than me? So you don't get that. But it's like as if he was keeping some deep, dark secret about his health or something else weird, you know?
Now, is there any way, Jonathan, to tell, are there any signs that she could have seen before in this 10-year period?
Yeah, you know, there are no, like, red flags. There are no obvious signs, you know, apart from if you find gay porn on a computer
that's pretty
or
obvious.
catch them in the act. But, you know, these people become very good at hiding things. They have to. They become very skilled at hiding things.
I would think they would get sick from that, well, if you have to hide something that deeply, that you would somehow get sick.
And that's at the point that I see them. They come to therapy because they're so ridden with anxiety and stress and depression, and a lot of times they'll use drugs and alcohol to deal with that. So that's what I try to help them with. And, you know, as a therapist, I'm trying to get them to come out, to lead a more honest life, to hopefully avoid situations like Kiri experienced.
And why do they do it in the first place? What are the pressures that make them not come out?
With a lot of people, it's difficult to be gay. You know, a lot of these people have jobs where it's difficult to be gay if they work in finance, where, you know, even today, they get ridiculed and made fun of.
Well, we have
so they're trying to create an image of a straight lifestyle.
We have a long way to go, don't we? Thank you so much for joining us. When we come back, I hand the mic back over to Joy. She'll sit down with Penn Jillette next. Don't go away.